A very good day to all my listeners all across the globe. Welcome back to my podcast, George Nathaniel, and this is George Nathaniel for each one of you. 2024 is an amazing year for each one of us, and as we set ourselves a target, our goals, our benchmarks, it's very simple. 2024 is meant to be a progressive year for each one of us, and we've got to make sure, we've got to ensure, we've got to validate, revalidate, enforce, reinforce, do whatever it takes to make sure that by the end of 2024 we are successful in all our efforts, in all our attempts, and of course we achieve all our goals. We move higher benchmarks and achievements sail to the highest level. Well, it's very common for my listeners to come in with a request on a particular topic or experience share that they want me to talk about. Today, I have a very simple request from one of my listeners, and the request is leadership your way. Well, what is leadership your way? Or what makes a great leader? Well, leadership is very simple. It's a craft that you enable within yourself. It's how you reflect as a person, as a personality to impact your lives and other lives. So, leadership is very simple. It's about leading, inspiring people, and not trying to manage or manipulate people. The main objective of leadership is to make sure that we build efficiency and characteristics to get better results, not just in ourselves, but over all the efforts that we put in. Leadership definitely comes with vision and purpose. When you look at any of the leaders around you, look at yourself as a leader. You definitely have a vision. And based on vision, you put in the efforts which we call purpose. And it's very important that we remain humble, we remain transparent, and we are totally realistic to the real world. So, leadership your way. What would I say? Leadership your way is something that we can actually sit down and reflect. So, what is exactly leadership your way? What are your traits? Or what are my traits? Are you focused? Are you inspiring? Are you visionary? Are you assertive? How confident are you? How adaptable are you? How supportive are you? How trustworthy are you? How approachable are you? How compassionate are you? How collaborative are you? How much are you willing to help? How charismatic are you? How innovative you are? How strategic you are? How resilient you are? How decisive you are? How ethical you are? And most importantly, it comes down to how real are you? Well, when I say leadership your way, leadership your way does not have all these things. Leadership your way does not have too many things. Leadership your way is very simple. How much you keep working on developing, growing, improving your IQ, EQ, and an SQ. Intelligence is definitely very, very important. Emotional intelligence is something that you also need to handle very well, and so is your social intelligence. So, when we talk about IQ in leadership your way, I would say how accurately or how precisely are you using time to learn? Are you using time on self development? Are you using time on solving issues over newer benchmarks? Putting in efforts to make sure that you raise the bar every time you do something? About making a good decision and getting a good turnaround. So when you sit down and look at your IQ is something that everybody's got it. Everybody has a super IQ. It's just what they prioritize on. So if their priorities are simple, they say a yes, they say a no. If their priorities are innovative, they definitely think about it and see how much more they can get in. And if the IQs are looking at raising the benchmark, they say, okay, this is what I have set myself a goal, and this is how I'm going to raise my benchmark over the goals. So everybody has an equally shared IQ, but it's just that everybody's got their own ways of adapting or using the IQ in their own ways. So it's very important when you look at IQ, look at priorities of how we can learn, how we can grow, and most importantly, how we can elevate ourselves in life. Then, when we look at our emotional intelligence is very, very important for a great leader. It's very important for you how you portray yourself, your character, and how you connect with others too. It's very, very important. And then we need to look at social. When we talk about our social intelligence, our social relationship, it's very good to see how good we are working with others, how good we are making new friends, building new network, listening to influencers so that you become a good influencer or good mentor in the future, how you collaborate in teamwork, or how you contribute. So when we look at all these things, it's very, very important for us to understand how we can connect well, how we can build trust, how we can get a better understanding of our lives, and how we can inspire ourselves to grow and inspire others to learn from us. So leadership your way is very simple. Whatever you think is best, whatever suits you in your most simplest form, or the way that you portray yourself, the way that you build your own life, your own goals, that is leadership your way. And there's nothing complicated about it. But yes, when you look at leadership your way, we need to definitely emphasize on a lot of things. We need to actively learn, actively grow. We need to actively reflect on not just situations, but how we adapt to situations, because that emotions are very, very important for us. We need to be open to feedbacks. It's very important. And when we talk about modern time, social intelligence is very important for each one of us. It's how individuals or leaders manage stress, not just stress on themselves, but stress on the team as well, stress on performances, stress on results. It's very important for leaders to stay calm, to think clearly, and most importantly, understand that things definitely go wrong. And it is a leader's job to make sure that he leads, he inspires, and he grows the person efficiency to be more effective or better results. That is being a good leader. So growing, helping, and inspiring others is what I would say in simple ways. So if you want to be a really good leader, and if I say leadership your way, you need to definitely work on your IQ, EQ, and your SQ. So your intelligence, your emotional intelligence, and your social intelligence. If you're able to work on it on a day-to-day basis, you will definitely do well in life. You will definitely excel to greater heights. So when we talk about key takeaways in all my podcasts, well, as of now, I was being very general. But let me come down to some key takeaways. So when we talk about key takeaways of a good leader, and when we talk about IQ of a good leader, well, when someone comes to a leader, what are the things that he's looking for? In very, very simple terms, you going to a leader means you're stuck. You're going to him either for a suggestion, you're going to him either for a solution, or you're going to him for a feedback. So for a leader, it's very important for him to use his IQ to evaluate what is the priority of that moment and how best he can actually optimize his IQ. Then you look at emotionally. Now, emotionally, for a leader, there are ups and downs. At the end of the day, we are all humans. So for a leader, is always looked up on as an inspiring personality. So being strong in character, being firm in the most toughest situation is what builds a leader, and that what actually motivates others to go to pick up bigger challenges, to remain strong, to be influenced that yes, we need to be courageous to work with the challenge and overcome the challenge. And socially, a leader needs to network. A leader needs to get into engagements. A leader needs to be approachable. He needs to make friends at his level, at the other person's terms. He needs to lead by influence. So when you look at somebody, don't always try to be a leader in your way. It's very simple to understand how the individual is a leader in his way. Understand the other person's IQ, EQ, and an SQ. You see how best you can collaborate, how best you can adapt, and how best you can make somebody feel comfortable. And once you're able to do that, then definitely you can inspire, you can influence, and definitely the leadership role comes into play. So, leadership your way is as simple as understanding the other person in front of you, understanding what is required at that point of time, what is required in that moment or situation, and most importantly, deliver. As a leader, you're looked upon. So you must deliver results, be it good, be it bad, whatever. It's not written anywhere that leaders are always successful people, but definitely it's written that leaders are people who grow over and make themselves successful. So if you want to be a good leader, and I would say leadership your way, the most important key takeaway is to grow over, learn, raise your own benchmark, and before you want to influence anybody, inspire yourself. You got to be inspired. Be inspired with the things that you do. Be inspired with your own results. Be happy. Be in your zone. And like the saying goes, if you are what you are, you would never know who's following you. You would never know who is admiring you in terms of your leadership, who is being influenced by you, or who is silently being mentored by your ways, your approaches, your ideologies, your experiences, or your success story. So, leadership your way is something that's very simple. So, to my listener who had made a request for this, definitely I would not want to mention your name, but you are a leader in your own way, in your own form, in your own life, in your own moment. So, leadership your way is something that you need to work on every day. It's not possible that every day you can learn everything, but yes, it is possible that every day you can put in efforts to grow over, to add a little more value to what you have, add a little more value to what you can do, add a little more value to how much more you can achieve in life. So, to all the leaders all across the world, to every individual person who is a leader, leadership your way. Work on having the best IQ, work on having the best EQ, and work on being the best social person around. Because if you are happy, if you are progressive, you would definitely influence others, you would definitely grow the wellness all across. I hope you like listening to my topic, which is very generic, very simple, and definitely I am not promoting anybody, nor am I saying any names of any influencers, but you yourself as an individual. Look at yourself in the mirror and say that yes, leadership your way. How you can be the best personality, how you can come up with the best efforts, how you can get the best results, and how you can be the best person in you. So, leadership your way is all about you. I wish each one of you all the success, happiness, wellness, prosperity in life, and by the end of 2024, let's make it a grand year, sowing over all success, greater achievements, and above all, spread happiness and wellness all across and keep sharing good experiences. I hope you like listening to my podcast. This is George Nathaniel. My podcast, as you know, is available across all platforms. I also have my blog website, which is called georgenathaniel.net. Come in, listen to my podcasts or read my blogs, which are totally different. And at the end of it, Come up with your own keynotes. Come up with your own evaluation to see how you can improve it or improvise it over your course, over your journey in life. Thank you so much. This is George Nathaniel, and I hope you like listening to this podcast, Leadership Your Way.